Here's video number 2, and these special right triangles, they take practice. They do. So here's a video on solving certain 45, 45, 90 triangles, and we'll be practicing this more in class. So here's number 4, 5, and 6. So number 4, take a look at our results of our worksheet. Again, this you're given on SAT, ACT, my test, and so on. So we have 2 legs and a hypotenuse. In a 30, 60, 90, you have a shorter leg, a longer leg, and a hypotenuse. In a 45, 45, 90, you have 2 legs and a hypotenuse. So number 4, what am I given? Well, this is opposite the 45-degree angle, so that's a leg. Legs are congruent, so opposite this 45-degree angle has to be 2 as well. How do I get the hypotenuse? Well, I take a leg and I times it by the square root of 2. There's the answer to number 4. That's it. Okay, they get a little bit harder here. So number 5, what am I given? Well, it looks like this is opposite 45, so that's a leg, and it's the square root of 3. So the other leg would also have to be square root of 3. How do I get the hypotenuse? I multiply a leg times the square root of 2. So square root of 3 times the square root of 2. Remember that one property of multiplication? You can put all underneath one big radical. I get the square root of 6. No perfect squares go into 6. So that's my final answer. Last one. Okay, I am given the hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse is a leg times the square root of 2. So if I'm given the hypotenuse, don't I just do the opposite and divide by the square root of 2? So I take 8, divide it by the square root of 2. That's considered an unsimplified radical, and the directions are to simplify radicals. So there's no square root up here. So I can't divide the 2 into the 8. I have to rationalize the denominator. So up top, I get 8 root 2. And remember, the square root of 2 times square root of 2 is just plain old 2. There's the bell again, sorry. 2 goes to 8 4 times. That's reducing, canceling. And I get 4 root 2. So I get 4 root 2 for a leg. But remember, the legs are the same in a 45, 45, 90. So they are both 4 times the square root of 2. Okay, we'll continue to practice that in class, but remember this. If you're given the the hypotenuse, since the hypotenuse is short leg times the square root of 2, to get a leg, you take the hypotenuse and divide it by the square root of 2.